Here we go. Let's give this another try. Folks are going to come back on here. We'll go ahead and we'll start answering the questions. Jenna or Virginia asked the question. She's got 4 questions, Steve. First question:
Or
is there anything wrong with training every day for under an hour? That's first question.
okay, never put a time frame on a mule or any kind of equine. Never say, okay, I'm going to train for an hour. No. You may get everything you need to get done within a matter of a few minutes. Now, if I'm going to be training for an hour, that means I'm going to be in the saddle, on the side of a mountain, going down the trail, something like that. That also means that my foundation is in place. Now, understand, folks, when I tell you do this 3, 6, 9, 12, and don't train every day, this means building a foundation. Building a foundation. So I'm building a foundation to take and put the bridle on. Drop the nose, tip the head to the left, open the mouth. I'm going to do that 3 times today. I'm done. Okay. So building a foundation, folks. But once your foundation is set, foundation picking up the feet, foundation putting the bridle on, foundation standing still and quiet. You got the idea? All the things that you need to do. Now, foundation to stop, foundation to turn right and left, all these things. Once you have set your foundation on each one of the tools that you need to communicate with your mule, when you do that, then you will be able to go ride for an hour or 2 hours and this sort of thing, and use the foundation that you have to train, to go in and out of bushes, to follow a cow, to follow another mule or something like that. So when I always tell you train for 3, 6, 9, 12, and don't train every day, it means building a foundation. Because I can go out on the side of a mountain and be punching cows and be gone all day. So during that time frame, I don't mind doing some training, especially if the mule is not paying attention to me. Then I'm going to train on him and then leave him go. I always allow your mules, always allow your donkeys to make a mistake. In other words, you let them loose. And when you make a mistake, go right, left. In other words, don't do that. And then show them what you want.
All right. So that's the first question. Second question:
Okay?
how long should each surcingle session last?
And there again, it depends. 3, 6, 9, 12. Never put a time frame on any of these animals. So let's go. We got him in a surcingle, and we have a gate. My gate is my center point. As my mule is going around, I am looking for the mule to be his nose on the vertical and his head down. When I see him go past the gate and his head's nose on the vertical just a little bit more than it did when you started, the head is down a little bit more than when it started, that's one. Comes around by the gate, and he's even more vertical, even more head down, that's 2. As he comes around, and he's coming around, and all of a sudden his head's in the air, we start all over again. Now we go back around, we're going clockwise, come back around, now he gets his nose on the vertical, now he drops his head, that's 1. We come back around again, as we're coming around, and all of a sudden he decides to take off. Well, once he takes off, we slow him up again. He goes back to a walk, starts getting his nose on the vertical. We come back around, 1. Come around nice and quiet, nose on the vertical, head down, 2. Goes past that spot, comes around the circle, comes around to the gate, nose on the vertical, head down, 3. I am done that day. I'm done that day going clockwise. Now notice, when they made a mistake, start it over again rather than keep going. Let them, when they make the mistake, then start all over again. Sometimes you may have to push them through and get after them. Hey, and get after them. Okay, you may have to do that. Now going back counterclockwise. I'm coming around by the gate, and the head is in the air. Nope, I'm going to pass. Come around by the gate. The head is down a little bit. No, but the nose is sticking out, so I'm going to let him pass. Come around by the gate. I'm going counterclockwise. The head.
I think we lost Steve. He should be coming back. He'll probably pop back in here. I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties today. So what happened was, I was about 35 minutes away from my office, and in this car market right now, when they get they don't have new car inventory, and so when they get your car, you got to get down there and you got to, you know, get there right away. And so I've been at the car dealership all day, and I just wrapped up at the car dealership about 15 minutes before we were supposed to go live, and so I was hustling, getting to a co-working area. So that's where I'm at right here, and the internet is not super great. Steve, are you there? I can hear you. Can you hear me, Steve? Can you hear me, Steve? So all the technical difficulty is because my internet connection at the shared office space that I'm at is less than ideal. So let's see if we can get if we just keep having problems, we may have to hang it up for today. We'll see if we can get them back here, and if we can, we'll keep going. If not, then we'll hang it up for today, and we'll try again next week when I'm back at my office. But yeah, I left at about 11 o'clock as soon as I could. Ran down there. Many of y'all have been trying to buy a car. Y'all know how it y'all know how it goes. Fiery Waco says, Dave, you're coming in just fine. Yeah. So what happened was the original feed got cut off, and the broadcast ended, and so then I had to kick up a new feed, which started a brand new broadcast. So if you've got two windows open, one that's stale and one where you're hearing me right here, that's what happened there. So let's see if we can get Steve back. Just give it a couple seconds here, and we'll see. Yeah, the internet where I'm at I thought it'd be great, and it is not good at all. So let's see if Steve has messaged me. Hey, Steve. Let's see if you can get back in. I could see and hear you. All right, so let's see here. While he's doing that, let's just say hello to a few more people. Says Christina is watching from British Columbia, Canada. Windy and lots of snow. Hey, David is here. Y'all need to go get Come Along Coffee. Let's see here. MuleRanch.com. I got my latest shipment of Come Along Coffee from David Pengelly. Coffee by David. It's absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to send a link here in the comment section, and y'all can check it out. Y'all can check out the Come Along Coffee. It's really good. Comes in three what do you call it when you not brew the beans, but you're what's that called? Ask, tell, demand. So right here, let me get that link to y'all. And there you go. Come Along Coffee right there. I don't know if we're going to get Steve back here or not. There he is. Hey, can you see and hear us now?
Oh, there we are.
All right, very good. All right, I was just telling the people about Come Along Coffee.
Oh yeah, we're going to be giving it away today.
Yeah, there we go. All right, well let's keep.
Answer a question.
So y'all need to be listening the whole time so you know the answer to the question when it's asked. Third question here: which side of the pastern do you tap to teach mules to lift their rear feet?
Okay, it's not the pastern; it's the side of the cannon bone. So you have your cannon bone, okay, and then you have a tendon, and the bottom of the cannon bone, of course, it is your hoof. Okay, so you're going to be tapping right alongside of the cannon bone.
I'm putting a link in the comment section to that video of you picking up the rear foot, Steve.
Oh yeah.
Really, really good video. Go check that out. It's about 9.5 minutes of Steve struggling to get this animal to pick up the rear foot. Wound up using come along rope, and wound up using what's the name of the tap? Is that what it's called? A tap?
It's a quirt.
Quirt. There you go. So y'all go check that out. It's real good. Okay, let's keep cruising along here. We lost Steve again. Let's see. I'm going to tell him to try and join from his phone. Try and join from your phone. Click the link I sent to your email on your phone. Let's see if I can get that link to him. Here. Let's paste that link. Let's see if we can get him in here on his phone, see if that fixes it out. All right, let's see who else is hanging out with us today. Faye, avulsion fracture. They're talking back and forth. Hey, Michelle is here from Montreal, 37 degrees Fahrenheit, up from negative 13 degrees Fahrenheit this morning when I left. So I would call that warmer. Ron and Virginia are here from Birch Hill, Ohio. Weather is warming up at about 45 degrees. Sherman Johnson, Norman, Oklahoma, 73 degrees and windy. Good to have you here, Sherman. Shelley says, watched your video yesterday with the ornery mule. What was the backstory with the mule? Was the britchin on a little tight? When Steve gets back, we'll go ahead and ask him about that. Let's see. John says, where did Mr. Steve get his hat and what kind style is it? Well, let's ask him when he gets back here. Let's see. Ordina says, you're stopping and starting, and I'm missing a lot of conversation. Yeah, Ordina, we're having some technical difficulties today. We do about 3 or 4 times a year. We just wind up having some technical difficulties, and I guess that's just what happens when you try and make it happen every week. We'll see if we can get Steve back on here, see if he's able to join us. Let's see here. Hey, we've got Lydia from Ontario, Canada. It's mild, spell, and snowing. Eileen is here from cloudy and chilly Nebraska. All right, Steve.
Hello.
Let's give it one more.
There we are.
Let's give it one more try here. Let's see if we can make this happen.
Here we go.
All right. The one of the questions: where did you get that hat, and what style is it, Steve?
It's called a buckaroo hat, and you usually see this type of hat in Montana, in the Sierras of California, some parts of Colorado. Let me show you the inside of the hat.
How cool!
You see the name there, Murphy?
Yeah, KJ Murphy's.
Okay. Yeah. Now he's a California buckaroo, and the buckaroos are well, anyway, they're some of the top cowboys. They wear chinks and big high boots that go up to your calves. When they throw a loop, they throw what's called a hula hand, and they usually use anywhere from 40 to 60-foot ropes. And they don't twirl the rope like this. They take a big loop and they throw it like this and throw it out and catch the cattle that way. You can have cattle, 25 yards away and be able to throw that loop out there and catch them. They usually wear all silver on their bits and silver on their saddles. And they're really known for their horsemanship, being able to ride in a hackamore and and your higher end bits and this sort of thing.
Very cool. Yeah, Steve's got a hat and a story for all different types of places, times, people. It's all good. I think I've got a video somewhere of Steve just going through all of his hats. I'll have to get that out, share it with y'all. Next question. This one's from Shelly. We got a video on YouTube called "Communicating with an Ornery Mule." Do you remember that mule, Steve? Do you remember that video, "Communicating with an Ornery Mule"?
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Well, I'll have to, you know what, Shelly, we'll get to that question next week so that we can give Steve a chance to check it out and watch that video. And we'll get to that one next week and we'll answer it. Let's see here. Linda says she gets the teeth floated at her place once every year. Let's see. Joan is watching from Buffalo Creek, Colorado, the home of Roscoe the Wonder Mule, Sadie Maybelline, and Johnny Bravo. It is snowy and gray today, so no riding for me. Well, you're here with us, and hopefully we can get this Wi-Fi to last through the end of it. Let's see here. Cruising right along.
Hey, my download speed's almost 250.
Yeah, I think it has to do with mine, Steve. So my office, I rent office space from a place called Workuity, and they've got a location in the Biltmore, which was 5 minutes away from where I was at. So I was hustling to get here to the Biltmore location, and I don't think their Wi-Fi is all that great. So it's definitely. Let's see, Indiana. Bonnie's watching from Indiana. Dave, I feel your pain about buying vehicles. Ordered my truck in May. Just got it about a month ago. Looking forward to hauling my mules this summer. Yep, there you go, Bonnie. So she knows what I'm talking about. Hey, Rip's there. Rip's watching, Steve. It's good to have Rip here. Polly is here. I ordered my come along coffee. I can't wait. We got Nolan hanging out from North Dakota. Eileen says you're doing the best you can, Dave. That's right, Eileen. I'm doing the best I can.
That's right.
Cowboy Ken is watching from Connecticut, 41 degrees. Next question comes from Nolan. I have a young mule that's very attached to another and a horse to another horse and keeps a close watch on all the other horses we have. How do you make her more independent and not so?
What God put into them. Okay, they would rather be around another equine. And mules are very, very subservient to horses. And so you're not going to change it. There ain't no way in the world, not God's green earth, it ain't going to happen. Can me as a rider, can you as a rider help them through? Yes. Will they try to be still silly? Yes. Okay. I can give you a lot of stories about people who tried to change the nature of that mule and end up screwing up to do it. You just got to ride them. For instance, if I've got a mule that I'm riding that's in love with one of the cowboy's horses and wants to go stay with it only has to be in that trailer for just a few minutes, and already that mule falls in love with that horse. Just a few minutes, okay? So when I get out and I'm riding, and the mule says, hey, horse. In other words, hey, horse, where are you? And the horse whinnies back. Well, when my mule starts to do that, as soon as he starts to do it, I've got my mule rider's martingale on, and I go right, left, right, left. I just ask him not to pay attention to that horse. I just did that. And so then I just got after him. So I allowed the mule to make a mistake, and then I got after him. Now, doing it, one of the things that I see happens is, number one, he's getting ready to bray and call out for his buddy. So what do? First I asked, now I told, right, left, right, left. And he responds. Sometimes it takes several times of doing that before the mule will pay attention. But it takes the mule rider's martingale to do it.
Awesome. Cool deal. Let's keep cruising along here. And let's see. We've got Fiery Waco says, I was this many years old when I made the connection between Buckaroo and Vaquero. Let's see here. Looks like we lost Steve again. We'll try one more time. Linda says, sounds like Buckaroos found a way to make a lot of money riding horses. Silver everywhere. Megan's watching. Good to have you here, Megan. And then Christina says, would you recommend the come along rope to use on a green horse? So as soon as Steve gets back, we will answer that question. Hey, Jackie is here from Placitas, New Mexico, currently 49 degrees here and waiting on some more moisture. Bring it. Rip is watching. Think the storm is getting to your broadcast. I think you're right, Rip. Ginger is here watching from Oregon. Karen from Raymond, California. Unger, howdy y'all. Mark here from Virginia, 40s here today. Good to have you here, Mark. Okay, we got Steve back now. And let's see. Steve, Christina wants to know, would you recommend the come-along rope to use on a green horse?
Absolutely. Come along rope should be used on everything. I've used it on camels. Yep. I've used it on cattle. Yep. My wife uses it on me.
Da-dun. All day, folks, all day. It's a great tool, isn't it? Yep, there you go. Great tool. Let's see here. Rory asks, what's Steve's opinion on throwing or bundling my recalcitrant mule? He's afraid of everything, bolts, blows through the shoulder. I'm trying to use the come-along rope, but still struggling. Did you catch that, Steve? All right, folks, I think we're going to have to call this one. I apologize. I know y'all set time aside to hang out with us, and I respect that. Y'all know that me and Steve both really respect that. The technical difficulties are just getting to us today, and I don't think it's going to get any better. Let's bring Steve back on here. Hey, Steve, I don't think there's anything that I can do to make this better. I think it's just going to keep bumping it off over and over and over again. So I think we may want to just go ahead and call it for today and then save some questions for next week, because there's nothing I can do to make this internet faster. But I told folks, we appreciate them setting time aside. We know they set aside time to do this each week, and so we really respect that time. We're really, really grateful, and appreciate y'all setting it aside here. We got about 20 minutes left, so here's what I'm going to tell you to do. I'm going to tell you, go to youtube.com, search Queen Valley Mule Ranch, check out a couple of the videos, take that 20 minutes to learn something, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not.
And, I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, see, there we go. So, folks, thanks so much. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you next week. And if there's anything you need from us, go to support@muleranch.com. Send a message. We'll get it taken care of. Thanks.